I'm Chase, and I just wanted to do a little video on my songwriting process. I'm not an expert, but I've written quite a few songs over the years, and the one that I want to talk to you about is my song Gold. I wrote it about 5 years ago when I was 17 or 18 years old. I was a senior in high school, and I was going through the transition of going into adulthood. So this song is called Gold, like I said, and it's from the perspective of God. And it's just about going forward and being nervous and trusting the Lord and things like that. So I just wanted to break it down for you a little bit, but basically when I first start writing a song, usually I'll have some idea for a chorus, and I don't know what verse it is, but I know in 1 Peter there's some sort of verse about trials producing a faith more precious than gold. And so I had this idea, and a lot of times, especially when I'm in a season of songwriting, songs will come up and pop into my mind, and little melodies and verses and things like that, and I'll write them down on my iPhone in the notes, and then if I have a melody, I'll sing it into my voice memos. And sometimes I won't even look at it again for months, and then I'll be in the middle of writing a song and I'll be like, oh, I don't really like this verse I have down. Let's see what I have in my voice memos. And I'll go through and I'll be like, oh, this fits perfectly. That's happened to me on more than one occasion. So basically, the chorus goes like this. Hold fast, don't let it go. There is a faith more precious than gold. So it just takes that simple truth of there's a faith more precious than gold. And when we hold on to the promises God has for us and we don't lose heart and we keep persevering, that's when we get that faith that is more precious than any earthly thing. And so basically what I do after I have that chorus, I'll start writing the verses. And my mindset for the verses is the chorus is the main point, but the verses are kind of like the storyline, the background story of how we got to that main objective. So the first verse is, I see you wandering, you don't know where you're going, but I see the end from the beginning. I know where this is going. And so it's just I see you, you don't know where you're at, you don't know where you're going, but you don't have to worry because I am the author of your story and I know where you're going. I already see it. I see it the end from the beginning. I know where you're going. And so then the pre-chorus is, you don't know how you're going to get there, but I do. And you don't know how you're going to keep this up, but I'm telling you, hold fast, don't let it go. There's a faith more precious than gold. So the pre-chorus kind of is the connecting point, in my opinion, from the verse to the chorus. So the verse is introducing the story and setting the plot, and then the chorus is the climax of the story, and then the pre-chorus is the glue in between. So I'll play that for you now. I see you wandering, you don't know where you're headed, but I see the end from the beginning. I know where you're going. You don't know how you're gonna get there, you don't know if you can keep this up, but I And so then we can go on to the second chorus, and it's still going back to the storyline. So we're letting the listener peek in a little bit more into the background story. And so I basically reiterate what I said in the first verse, but in a different way. I say, I see the pain in your heart through the mask you're wearing, and I know that this is scary. Just let me take your hand. And so it just goes on to basically show like you're scared, you're nervous, but you don't have to be, because I'm God and I am in charge of this thing. So basically the same as the first verse, but just in different wording. Not all my songs are like that. Sometimes I say something completely different, but it's still usually like part of the story. It's still just like letting the listener see your point of view and see where you're at in life, and basically, yeah. So the second verse then goes back into the chorus where it says, hold fast, don't let it go, there's a faith more precious than gold. But then it goes into the bridge, and the bridge is, it's going to be worth it. Over and over again, I just repeat, it's going to be worth it. And that's kind of like, in my opinion, the chorus is obviously like the like I referred to it earlier, the climax of the story. The verses are the background story. The chorus, the pre-chorus kind of connects the two together, but I usually use the bridge as like an ending to the story. It's kind of like the chorus in the sense that like it's like a big idea. It's not really like the background stuff. It's like the main premise of the whole song is to encourage you that it's going to be worth it. You're going to persevere, and you're going to achieve what the Lord has called you to achieve. That you're going to look back on those times when you were scared and you didn't know where you were going when you were young, and you're going to be thankful for it, and you're going to know that it was worth it in the end. So that's the bridge, and it kind of ties the whole thing together, and it's just like, don't worry, it's going to be worth it, it's going to be worth it, it's going to be worth it. So I'll play that for you right now. I see the pain in your heart through the mask you're wearing, and I know that this is scary. Just let me take your hand. You don't know how you're gonna get there. You don't know if you can keep this out, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you. And so that's the song, but just a few more things is that sometimes I'll write a song and it'll be something that I'm emotional about and I'll be emotionally connected to the song. Basically what I do, and this is optional, but I find it helps a lot for me, is that I won't even show anybody the song for a while. Like, a lot of my songs I didn't show to anyone for years before I actually played them for people, because I was able to be more objective once I wasn't emotionally involved in that situation anymore. So I could look back on those songs and I could be like, yeah, those are good songs, because I still like them a year later, 6 months later, 3 months later, a week later. And so also I recommend getting friends and or maybe family members to listen to your songs who can be objective and who won't just tell you what you want to hear, because a lot of times we can get emotionally attached to our songs and just like not be able to think objectively about them. And another thing is simplicity. I have a tendency to write songs that are overly complicated because I want to show everyone how impressive I am. But the thing is, no one's going to care about a song if the melody isn't catchy enough for them. And so that's why a lot of times I might go to somebody and they'll be like, yeah, that's a great song, but you should cut your chorus in half. And that hurts in the moment, but then you look back on it and you're like, yeah, this is way more palatable for people to listen to. Because in my opinion, the main thing that you want to do is you want to be catchy and you want to be able to get people to have your song stuck in their head. That way, when they hear your song, it won't just go one ear and out the other. They'll actually still be thinking about that song and still wanting to listen to it. So it's kind of like when you're an artist, you kind of get like, I want to do something intricate and professional and really impressive, but at the end of the day, do you want to be impressive or do you want people to listen to your music? So I probably could have worded that better, but hopefully you understand what I mean by that. And that is basically all I have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the video and subscribe and share, of course. Let me know if you would like more videos like this. And I am so thankful that you're here and that you've watched this whole thing. Have a wonderful day.
Hold fast, don't let it go. There is a faith more precious than gold. More precious than gold. More precious than gold.